Land, it is one of our most valuable resources, and every year, thousands of Belizeans apply to have their names on an official document indicating their ownership of a piece of the jewel. This is often seen as a harrowing endeavor, but measures are being taken to ensure that the land application process will be less time-consuming and much easier for Belizeans. Honorable Hugo Pat, Minister of Natural Resources, has made this his mission since taking over the reins of the ministry in June of last year.
We want to restructure the lands department for us to have a mechanism that will produce. And secondly, I am insistent on the fact that we need to be a department that produces in a timely manner.
Shorter lines and faster processing of applications. This is ultimately what Belizeans can expect from the ongoing restructuring of the lands department. Several changes are being made to address the number of land applications that in the past had resulted in backlogs and long waiting periods.
Right now we're dealing with current applications. As people apply for their applications, they're being processed immediately. And there's a lot more monitoring being done, particularly at the district offices, where we have gotten, over a period of time, the majority of our complaints. So we have a lot more supervision happening at the district level. We have more tasks being assigned in a very formal manner and requesting reports from officers in terms of the applications for customers or members of the public.
In addition to the efforts being made to address the accumulation of applications, new systems are being put in place so that applicants can track their documents from start to finish.
To improve the customer experience, we have introduced a texting system. It's really in its initial stages, and we're kind of testing so that once a transaction is logged, that you would be updated that it has been logged, and going through the process to completion, you would be kept updated. So, you know, it's an attempt to kind of reduce the anxiety associated with land transactions, and also to maybe, in a sense, force ourselves to become more responsive to consumers or the general public, for that matter.
Like in the cases of passport and birth certificate applications, persons will also have the option to choose expedited services when submitting land applications. This generates revenue for the government while at the same time stimulating the economy, as it allows for business transactions such as transfers to be carried out swiftly.
We are foreseeing the implementation within a short period of time of a system where, depending on the time that you want a service, the time that you want a product, you want a finished document, you will have a price attached to it. So that whenever you want an expedited service, there will be attached a price for it. And whenever you want a normal service, then the system will just automatically allow for it.
Our energies have been focused on making sure that we process those documents as expeditiously as possible.
Whenever a person approaches our offices in the different districts, we will be able to tell that person, look, you're applying today, and within a certain prescribed time, you shall come back and get a finished document.
What is being done in the meantime to ensure that more Belizeans have access to land? The minister has been visiting several communities in Belize, some of which include San Pedro, Dangriga, and Concepcion Village, distributing land leases to Belizeans within periods as short as 4 weeks. These leaseholders are also given the opportunity to immediately purchase the land for a fee of $800 in villages and $1,000 in towns. Some of these first-time landowners told us how they felt to have a slice of Belize to call their very own.
I feel special because this is the first time that I got something in my name.
And what do you plan to do with this piece of land?
I am planning to do my little house for me and my kids.
I call this a great opportunity because I have heard many people complain about owning a piece of land. So this is a great opportunity for me. I appreciate this. I may not have it for myself, but I can leave it for my kids or for my nieces or my nephew, you know. So it's always good. The land is first and then the house is next. So in that light, I'd like to thank the Ministry of Natural Resources that came here.
I'm planning to build a little house because at first I was renting. I told my kids that I'm tired of renting, so I would like to have a piece of land, build a house where they can stay there with me also.
Many things are in my mind right now that I have it. Maybe build a house, plant some fruits or vegetables and things.
I have 5 kids and 1 grandson, and I could never know what could happen in the future. But I'm thankful to them that I have a piece of land that I could call my own.
I plan to make a house because I'm living with someone, but it's not my house. It's not like your own one.
Proud to be a Belizean now that I have my own property.
Now I can say, well, thanks to them, I can have my own land.
Being able to identify the flaws within a system and to consequently work on addressing them is an important quality of leadership, one that is reflected in the actions of those in charge at the Ministry of Natural Resources.
We're looking at segregating the work that we have to make sure that we, on a very timely basis, accommodate the needs of the different communities.
My vision for the ministry is for it to be a place that can, first of all, that people can trust, that people can rely upon, but a place that can safeguard and very responsibly secure the rights of individuals as it relates to land. And that is why we are working very hard to bring back the trust that perhaps people have lost over time.
We think that there are some small successes, but we think that with the introduction of the technology and some of the reorganization of staff, that there's more to come.
This year, Belizeans can expect more land access with more time to spare. The Ministry of Natural Resources is making sure that any interest Belizeans may have to land is safeguarded. For Belize Now, I am Janelle Rodriguez.